Sai Ram, Shri Sai Satcharitra, chapter 5, page number 25, paragraph number 6. In the previous paragraph, which spoke about the story of Paduka's footprints under the neem tree, we had a very lengthy discussion on that. Now, we go to the next paragraph, which speaks about the complete version of the story. We had spoken about this story where a devotee of Aklakot Maharaj, Shri Bhai Krishnaji Alibakar, who was about to go to Akalkot to take the darshan and offer prayers in Akalkot. But Swami Samartha, Akalkot Maharaj, also known as, comes in his dreams and vision. He says, henceforth, by resting place of Shirdi, please go there and offer your worship. And subsequently, the Paduka, how it was installed under the neem tree and everything is very crisply mentioned in a very cryptic manner. But the same story is elaborated here. Complete version of the story. Mr. B.V. Dev, retired Mamlatdar of Thana and a great devotee of Sri Sai Baba, made inquiries about the matter with Sagunameru Naik and Govind Kamalakar Dikshit and has published a full version of the Padukas in Sai Leela, volume 11, number 1, page 25. It runs as follows. See now, several, examples or several quotes or several instances I mention and I refer to multiple literatures, not just about Sri Sai Satcharitra, which is outside of Satcharitra also, which is not mentioned in Satcharitra, but very authentic, reliable, approved by the historians of Shirdi, historians of the life of Sri Sainath Maharaj. So that is what I always speak about, not just anything, right? Now, a reference it's always backed by some believable and acceptable evidences, right? Now, one of them is Sai Leela magazine, which was regularly published. Now, in the complete story goes this way. In 1834, Shaka, as per the English calendar 1912 AD, one Dr. Ramrao Kothare of Mumbai came to Shirdi for Baba's darshan. His compounder and his friend, Bhai Krishnaji Alibakar, accompanied him. The compounder and Bhai became intimate with Sagunameru Naik and G.K. Dikshit. While discussing things, these persons thought that there must be some memorial of Sai Baba's first advent at Shirdi and his sitting under the holy neem tree. They thought of installing Baba's Paduka there and were going to make them of some rough stone. Then Bhai's friend, the compounder, suggested that if this matter was made known to his master, Dr. Ramrao Kothare, he would prepare nice padukas for this purpose. All liked this proposal, and Dr. Kothare was informed of it. He came to Shirdi and drew a plan of the padukas. He went to Upasani Maharaj in Khandoba's temple and showed him his plan. The latter made many improvements, drew lotus, flowers, conch, disc, maize, etc., and suggested that the following shloka or the verse regarding neem tree's greatness and Baba's yogic powers be inscribed. The verse was as follows. Sadanimba vrikshasya mooladivasat sudastravinam tiktam piyapriyam tam tarun kalpa vrikshadhikam sadhayantam namameshwaram sadguru sainatham. So this will get into the actual meaning of that shloka. Now we just dive deep into a little bit of the instances. Nothing happens without the command of the master. We agree, but also we also should recognize the fact, the seriousness, and the care and the love and the intent of the true devotee and disciple. What was their intent? They wanted to have a memorial of Baba's first advent in Shirdi, not the second time when he comes from Dhupkhed village in the marriage party, the first advent of Baba, and where he meditated. The love, the respect, the regard, the concern, and so much of details that they go through, nitty-gritties, every single thing. They discuss, they deliberate, they make a proper plan. Their commitment, their sincerity, honesty, that is something which is really appreciable. That gives us a indication that, when we try to, or when we attempt to exercise or live by instrumental devotion, how sincere we are in serving the cause of our master, how committed we are. It's just an indication as to how these people shower their love for the master, their guru. The interesting part is they go, this again, we need to understand padukas are a symbolic representation of the guru, especially in Avadhuta Sampradaya. So the padukas are of carved on a stone, can be, or the actual footwear can be worshipped, or the wooden footwear the ancient rishis and sadhus used to wear, that can be worshipped. So there are multiple ways of worshipping or representing the padukas. It's not only carved on a stone or in a stone. It can also be the actual paduka. It can also be the wooden padukas that we talk about. So anything, when we say that we worship the padukas, it is more of a metaphor. It is more of our humbleness, humility, and submission to our Guru. That is more significant rather than the paduka in which form it is. The multiple forms in which a paduka is worshipped, right? So now, after all these preparations, all these gentlemen go to Upasani Maharaj. Upasani Maharaj used to live or stay, his abode was Khandoba Mandir, where Baba, when he came for the second time, the final advent of Baba in Shirdi, along with the marriage party, first he alighted at Khandoba Mandir. That Khandoba Mandir is where Upasani Maharaj, till such time that he went and established an ashram of his own in Sakuri, he used to live there. Very peculiar thing used to happen. Dwarka Mai is where Baba used to sit. Upasani Maharaj is sitting in Khandoba Mandir. And they used to have a conversation as if they both are sitting in front of each other. That was the kind of a spiritual evolution Baba had bestowed upon Upasani Maharaj. Upasani Maharaj's story will come in further studies. But due to that proximity, closeness, and oneness with Baba that Upasani Maharaj had, so these men, everything, they go systematically. They don't take Guru for granted. They go through the whole process. They go to Upasani Maharaj, they make a plan, they consult him, and he makes the changes before they come in front of the master and present it. That is how cautious, that is how committed these followers are. Now comes the very interesting part, where Upasani Maharaj makes some improvements. He draws lotus, flowers, conch, disc, maize, etc. and suggested that the following shloka we will come to. Now, what is the significance of these flowers, conch, disc, etc., which are drawn on the feet? Right? Upasani Maharaj was the only one, not the only one, many had seen, but Upasani Maharaj, he was an Ayurvedic Vaidya doctor, he was an astrologer, he had studied all the Shastras. Now, Upasani Maharaj was the only one who identified the 19 symbols which were in the feet of Baba. There are 19 symbols which appear on the feet of every avatar. Avatar who are Purnavatars. 19. Lord Rama had, Lord Krishna had, likewise, Bhagwan Swaminarayan of Swaminarayan Sampradaya, he had. So many masters, many gurus, many avatars, particularly the Purna avatars, will have 19 symbols. They have curtailed because possibly they haven't given more emphasis on that. We have just said that Upasani Maharaj had made these few changes or few inclusions. Because he had seen these things in Baba's feet when he was serving, he made these changes. Not just these few of them which is mentioned, the lotus, the flowers, conch, disc, maize, and etc. No. The entire 19 things, it is still there. When we go to Gurustan next time, when we touch the Padukas, please observe. I don't know if they have covered it or whatever, but earlier days when I had seen, it was very much there. All the 19 symbols which are in the feet of every avatar, they are all carved because those were seen in Baba's feet. Now, what are those 19 symbols which are in the feet of every avatar? 19 of them. One is Janu, the thread that is there. Then comes the Shankha, the conch. Then comes the Chakra, the Vishnu Chakra we talk about. Then comes the Gada, the maze. Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, that lotus, Kamala. Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, Janu, then Urdhva Rekha. What is that Urdhva Rekha? Is one straight line from the heel, one corner till the center finger, till the top of it is called Urdhva Rekha. Urdhva Rekha symbolizes symbolism of each, the symbol which it has been carved or has appeared in the at the feet of the avatars. We will get into each one of them, but now we will see what all are appearing. Then comes the Ankusha. Ankusha, the pierce. Then comes the Chhatra. Chhatra, the umbrella. Then comes the Dhwaja, Dharma Dhwaja. The symbol of a Dhwaja is there. Then comes the Vajrayuda. Indra's Vajrayuda. They also say it as, they call it as just Vajra also. It's a Vajrayuda. Then comes the Swastika. Swastik we know. The swastika, which is a very auspicious one. Then comes the Jamba Phala. Jamba Phala is the two triangles, two squares interlocking, symbolizing the stability, which we will go to each one of that. Jamba Phala. Then comes Antakona. The corners of Jamba Phala is Antakona. And then comes the Dhanush. Dhanush is the bow. Then comes the Ghoshpada. Ghoshpada is a musical instrument of the divine. Then comes the Kalasha. Then comes a Trikona, the triangle we talk about, symbolizing, we know what it is. Then Ardhachandra, crescent moon. Then come Matsya, the fish. So these are the 19 symbols which were there in the feet of Lord Rama, Lord Krishna, Sainath Maharaj of Shirdi, Mahatar Babaji, Bhagwan Swaminarayan, Akkalkut Swami Samartha, Gajanana Maharaj. You, you see any avatar, these 19 symbols are always there. So Upasani Maharaj had seen these 19 symbols between both the feet of Baba, and he advised that these should be carved. And that was kept as a Paduka of Baba. Along with the Paduka, these 19 symbols were carved and worshipped. Now, coming to this Sadanimba Vrikshasya Mooladhivasat, that shloka which Upasani Maharaj wrote. He says what it means is the transliteration of that shloka is I bow to the Lord Sainatha, who by his constant stay at the foot of neem tree, though bitter and unpleasant, made it was yet oozing nectar. The oozing nectar of this tree is called Amruta, that is nectar, on account of its healing properties. Superior than the Kalpa Vriksha, wish fulfilling tree. This is what the shloka means. Now, another very interesting thing about the neem tree. Very few of us are fortunate to have that leaf from that neem tree. And I have been one of the most fortunate people. Fortunately, Baba's blessings, it fell long ago. Those days, the net was not put. Anybody could access the fallen leaf of that neem tree. I ate that. It was not bitter. It was not as sweet as like a nectar or a honey, but it was sweet. It was quite sweet. So this is something which I can definitely testify and say that it is my own experience. The leaf of the neem tree, which is known to be the most bitter, when people have eaten it, chewed it, it is sweet. Not deep sweet, but then the tinge of sweetness comes in it. Certainly no bitterness. That in itself is a miracle, right? That is what it says. So he in this shloka, he says that this tree is something which is greater than even the Kalpa Vriksha. What is a Kalpa Vriksha? Transliteration is a wish fulfilling tree. A tree which, if it is worshipped and if we seek something from it, any wish is fulfilled. So this Shri Upasani Maharaj says that it is greater than the Kalpa Vriksha. And he says the Lord who constantly resides at the foot of this tree is whom to whose feet I bow. So this is the transliteration of the shloka, right? Upasani's suggestions were accepted and carried out. So the carving of all the 19 symbols were made. The Padukas were made in Mumbai and sent to Shirdi with compounder, the compounder that is Alibakkar, Bhai Krishna Ji Alibakkar. Baba said that they should be installed on the Purnima, 15th day of Shravana. On that day at 11 a.m., G.K. Dikshit brought them on his head from Khandoba's temple to Dwarka Mine, the masjid, in a procession. Baba touched the Padukas, saying that these are my feet, these are the feet of the Lord, and asked the people to install them at the foot of Neem tree. Just imagine the whole thing, the humbleness, humility, surrenderance, oneness of all the devotees and disciples. They've taken so much of care. Finally, whatever happens, as I always say, don't take Guru for granted. They go to Dwarka Mai. They go to Dwarka Mai, and Baba touches this and says that these are the feet of the Master, the God, the Divine. So he's saying, so he permits them and he directs everybody to install it under the neem tree, right? So Baba touches the Paduka. See, again, I have mentioned it in earlier sessions that Padukas of Datta are not necessarily worn by the master. Padukas are actually never worn. The footwear, no. It is always a symbolic representation of our surrenderance to the Guru, nothing great, nothing more, nothing beyond the feet of our Guru. The Nirguna Nirakara Brahma who stands on that footwear or the Paduka is whom you are worshipping. You are not worshipping the Saguna Sakar. Yet symbolically, the Padukas symbolize Nirguna Nirakara, Saguna Nirakara, both the things. Nirguna Nirakara Brahma is the supreme consciousness, no gunas, no attributes, no attachments, no characteristics, nothing. Shunya to Sakshi. Nirguna Nirakara Brahma. Saguna Nirakara Brahma also is mentioned here. All the attributes, when you are worshipping your Guru, he has all the attributes. He blesses, he loves, he cares, he looks after, he guides us, he navigates us, he does everything. But not in the form, not in a shape, not as a person. That is Saguna, all the attributes, but Nirakara, formless. That is the symbolic representation of Padukas, right? So we understand the significance of Paduka. We understand what is the Paduka. And we understand the 19 symbols which are carved on the Padukas of Sri Sai Satcharitra. And why they were carved? Because Upasani Maharaj had seen those 19 symbols. So they were carved on it and they were instilled, they were installed at the feet of the neem tree, and even the shloka, which has been recited or given by Upasani Maharaj, is carved there. So the shloka clearly symbolizes it, says the greatness of the neem tree, greatness of the Guru who resides under the neem tree. And it says that we should worship the feet or the padukas of the Guru than anything else. The humbleness, humility instilled in the devotees and disciples of Sri Sai. Right? We move on. A day earlier, one Parsi devotee of Mumbai named Pastha Sheth sent rupees 25 by money order. Baba gave this sum for installation of the padukas. The total expense of the installation came up to 100 rupees, out of which rupees 75 were collected by subscriptions. For the first 5 years, G.K. Dikshit worshipped the Padukas daily, and then this was done by Lakshman Kacheshwara Jakhadi. In the first 5 years, Dr. Kothare sent 2 rupees a month for lighting the lamp, and he also sent the railing round the Padukas. The expense of bringing the railing from the station to Shirdi was presently 7 rupee 50 paise, and roofing was paid by. by Sagadumeru Naik, now Jakhadi. Nana Pujari does the worship, and Saguna Meru Nayak offers the Naivedya and lights the evening lamps. What it goes on to say is, see, these are all not just the numbers or the cost which was incurred by Baba. Baba doesn't accept a rupee from anyone. When he takes something, he is removing the kind of Rudana Bandhas, the Dushkarmas and Dushkarma Phalas. So many things that which one has, obligations that one has. He Baba removes it. People say Baba used to collect dakshina from people. If we had money, if a devotee approaches him with money, if there are no runas or rananabandhas, he used to say, I don't want it. If somebody doesn't have much of money and if he has runas, whatever he has, he used to take. So Baba's one thing is very clear. We are not talking about the financial, transactional, relationship, but whatever is the obligations that we have, symbolically Baba takes out. Just imagine if we have an obligation or a rana or rana bandha with somebody, as per the law of karma, as per the system of karma, we always have to come back and pay. But that is where the Guru comes in between. He comes and takes, or he comes and gives. Here also, when this Parsi lady from Mumbai, Pasta Sheth, sends it, he gives it for the installation of Paduka. She sends it by money order. That amount only she had to send, sitting in Mumbai. So the plan, the divine plans are impeccable. Have little patience and faith. Everything will reveal. So that is what this is not a statement of accounts. How Baba used to ensure that everything falls into place. For the cause of the divine, whatever the obligation that we have, if we are spending on this, our Radas, Radana Bandhas gets wiped out. That is how the divine works, right? So it gives us the indirect message about how things function. Bhai Krishna ji was originally a devotee of Akkalkot Maharaj. We have covered it in the previous chapter. He had come to Shirdi at the time of installation of Padukas in 1834 on his way to Akkalkot. He wanted to go to Akkalkot. After taking the darshan of Baba, he asked Baba's permission for this. Baba said, "Oh, what? Oh, what is there in Akkalkot? Why do you go there? The Maharaj of that place is here, myself." Hearing this, Baba did not go to Akkalkot. He came to Shirdi off and on after the installation of the Padukas. Mr. B.V. Dev concluded that Hemat Pant did not know these details. Had he known them, he would not have failed to depict them in this Satcharitra. Two things I have to draw your attention. I'll come to that later. One is, why do we go here and there? Baba says very clearly, what are you searching for? Everything is here. I am, in me, everybody resides, every God. What does it mean? If you take it literally, that every God and Goddess is in Baba and Baba is in every God and Goddess. So why do we go here and there? When he says here, it means you. When he says here, it means within you. When he says here, it means with you. Where are you searching? What are you searching? Which temple are you going? Whom are you searching for? Searching for something who is you, who is with you and within you. Who is you? No point searching, no point going here and there. Baba did not say, people will misconstrue it that Baba says that you don't go here and there, come to me. No, that is not what he meant. That's not what he said. He said that no matter where you go, unless and until you don't travel within yourself, here, when it says here, the present, the aham, now, this very moment, there is nowhere to go, everything is here. Here means, it doesn't mean Shirdi, here means in you. Now, this very moment. No point going anywhere. But yeah, we get into this state that, okay, Baba has said here means Shirdi, here means Dwarkamai. So we come only to that. We go only to that. But what he actually means is, it's not just don't go here and there. Travel within. The same thing, very explicitly explained, is explained in Vedas. The same thing is explained in multiple religions. One religion, which is in Islam, it is called as Al-Isra. Al-Isra means the travel. The travel, Isra. So Al-Isra, everybody, just like what Baba's teachings we misconstrue, everybody said that from their native land to the holy land of Makkah, Medina is the travel. The travel. But the actual meaning of it is from your superficial self to your true self. That is the travel. There is nothing outside as an outside. There is nowhere to go. Everything is within us. That is the meaning which Baba gives. And second, this was not known to Sri Govinda Raghunatha Dhabolkar. Mr. B.V. Dev says, he concludes saying that Sri Hemadri Pant, the cryptic name of Sri Govinda Raghunatha Dhabolkar, he was not aware of this, otherwise this whole story he would not have mentioned it. Now let us for a moment take about an image or a photograph of Baba which I shared with you today or yesterday. So that was also contested, that no, it is not Baba, it is somebody else. Then I had to do the whole research, get the evidences, the newsprint in which it was printed, all those things. And I concluded, and the one who contested on that authenticity or said that that is not Baba, I had to prove it to that person. Finally agreed to disagree. But nevertheless, we don't depend only on Satcharitra, mainly on Satcharitra, but also there are stories which are written or which are available in Shirdi, which we draw. So in Satcharitra itself, this story has been re-narrated elaborately about the Padukas. Right? We don't depend only on, we only mainly depend on Satcharitra, but certain stories and instances which have occurred, we also refer to. Right? So we conclude this chapter 5, page number, we have reached at page number 27, the whole story of Padukas. Sai Ram.